Let me hear you say Crux, yeah. Crux, yeah. Let me hear you say Crux, yeah. Crux, yeah. Crux, yeah podcast.
Crux Crawford.
Crux, yeah.
Yeah.
What? Okay, is that your Christian name?
Oh yeah, it's
I was gonna ask you many times, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be on that podcast. What is the name Crux? Like, what? Is that the real name?
yeah
Or
for the purpose of the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't
These
feel.
are questions you're supposed to ask before we start rolling.
No.
Now we're rolling. The cameras are on, bro.
I came with prepackaged content.
No, it's a performer name.
Okay.
Yeah.
I figured as much, but I had to.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So
If it's not interesting, you don't have to go into it.
no, it's cool. It's not really interesting. But what's
But
more interesting is you're
got the
scared of
X,
ET.
so- Yes. So if this was more lifelike, I probably would have let out a yelp. But so as a
He's
kid,
even got the like
ET
red on
as
For
his,
those listening, he's talking about I have a little toy ET.
and yeah,
and
it's
he got
right here to my left.
freaked out
and
by it.
so just the anatomy of him is weird and freaky, and that's credit to Spielberg and those people
Yeah.
making him that lifelike. He was so lifelike. And and all of his mannerisms and everything.
that how he is?
Elliot, just speaking English and shit.
Yeah.
Scared the fuck out of me as a kid. And then my sister, so she's 6 years older than me. We had, growing up, my parents' room, my sister's room, my room, all next to each other. And there's a hallway. I had to go past her room to go to the bathroom. Well, she's a girl, so she had all these stuffed animals and shit on her bed.
Yeah.
But oddly enough, like E.T., him in the closet, he was in there in that pile, and I knew he was in the pile, but I could not walk past and not just divert my eyes and see him and scare the shit out of myself. So for a little bit, I had to get my mom to stand in front of my sister's bedroom so I could walk past and safely go to the bathroom because he scared the shit out of me so much as a kid.
Was that also because there's a scene where he blends in with all of the other stuffed
in the
animals?
closet. Yeah, and he's got the hat's the Halloween suit, but he's in there.
He's
and
in
so,
there just like,
and I'd seen the movie as a kid. I was a kid, but also
Yeah.
it just I didn't freak out when I first saw him. It was just like a deep, settling, growing fear of the more I'm seeing that, the more I'm going to get freaked out at ET or whatever the fuck name they. If he had a real name or anything like that, they just called him ET, which is
ET,
kind of
dude.
offensive.
Yeah.
It's kind of
It's kind of
that was just
kind of
kinda
fucked up. They'd assume his identity. Like
I remember
that, bro.
watching
Yeah.
ET at my grandparents' one time, and when he came on the screen, I would get up and kind of we're sitting on the sofa, and there was a window behind me. I just kind of got up and sat on my knees and stared out the window, just because they're like, "Do you not want to watch it?" I'm like, "No."
Oh wow.
if I'm gonna watch it, I'm gonna watch out for it out the window.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Anytime he comes on screen, I'm gonna look out the window. It's that's a lot of the movie, and even worse when he turns dog poo white when he's kind of dead. That's even weird. It's even more disturbing looking. That's
you were
creepiest.
affected by this, bro.
I don't remember
in a
that.
big
I
way.
I don't know how to be
yeah, it's
I
at the end
love
when he's
ET.
sick.
I'm like, how he creeps the fuck out of me, and he just Star Trek. Every alien's conveniently bipedal and human looking with some slight. No, ET is so different that the neck actually literally stretches. He's all squatty and shit. It's just how the fuck did they come up with that design? I want to figure that out.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's weird with that stuff. But anyway, scared of ET. Welcome to the Crux podcast, everybody, for another week. Back at you, dude. I was so fucking busy. Sorry, everybody. I had to skip episode last week because I was on the road, and that was cool. I'll talk a little bit about that, but I got to figure out a solution. I got to figure out something. I got to record episodes ahead of time, dude. If I'm going to be gone, I just wasn't used to being gone all weekend. So last weekend I was gone, so I had to miss and then I got so busy during the week, I had to miss a fucking episode. But I got to stop doing that. I got to figure something out. But thanks. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have Brian Breckenridge, who's scared of ET that you were just hearing talk about that right now. And then one of my best friends, Tyler Stout,
Stout
is joining us in the fucking studio today, bro.
in the studio.
So as always, we do plugs up top, as everybody knows. So you can always follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Crux Crawford. That's CRUX Crawford, because there's no other name like it. And where I'm going to be, I'm going to be next week on the 13th. I'm going to be in Austin at the Creek in the Cave. I forget the name of the show, but I'm going to be there. And then on the 22nd, I'm going to be in Tyler, Texas at Rose City Comedy. And then the 28th, I'm going to be at some fucking daiquiri place. I forgot the name of it. Some fucking daiquiri place. I forgot the name, dude. Something daiquiri. I'll get a fucking name for you eventually, bro. And then 29th this month, I'm going to be at Dr. Jekyll's, right? Is that your show?
Oh, yeah.
29th? Yeah. Put on by the Brian Breckenridge.
Oh, wait. Shit.
Is it 29th?
Oh, wait.
What
I
happened?
thought I messaged everyone about it.
What happened? Is it still the 29th?
I had to move it till the 22nd.
Oh, fuck. 20. Did you move it? Oh, shit. Now I'm double booked right on the show.
No. You want to do the 19th or August 19th?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
So you had to move it to 22nd.
Because
so.
my bad.
That's cool. I'm finding out right now live.
Perfect segue into
Developing story.
my dates. It was the 29th, but so I'm headlining the Addison Improv on Wednesday, July 13th. But now I had to move Jekyll's to the 22nd because I'm featuring at the Comedy Arena and oh goddamn McKinney, so far away McKinney.
Yeah,
I finally got into that club, not because the club owners responded to my email and looked at my credits and clips and my very long history of being a comedian DFW. No, it's because the headliner, a guy who I may have met once. I don't think I've met him yet. His name's Quincy Johnson. He's out of LA. Why did this guy, who I've only met once, who's headlining this club? Because he went to college with my girlfriend and roommate in Commerce, Texas, which is like 2 hours east. And they're like, they knew him, and he jetted to LA after college and been doing comedy a long time. He's been like been like an extra in like shows here and there. He's been in Community before and stuff like that. But he hit me up. He hit me up about coming to town, and I gave him all this info about open mics and clubs he can hit up.
Yeah.
And I guess the Comedy Arena was like, cool, we'll book you. Meanwhile, they won't book me.
Like, yeah, I do fucking know you guys, by the way.
But Quincy asked me if I wanted to feature. I'm like, oh, yeah, cool. Absolutely. So comics book me, but clubs, I don't know. Clubs don't like the Improv and Hyenas are cool. Like, I work there. That's fine. It's the lower clubs. I call them lower clubs that for some reason don't give a shit about me. And I'm like, what'd I do? I don't know what I did wrong. I sent a professional email. And
Use punctuation and periods.
It was obviously a bot.
So you're going to be...
He spelled out Y-O-U and not the letter U.
So you're going to be at... What is that? Anything else you want to say?
Oh, no. So I finally got into the Comedy Arena through a comic who I don't really know.
Yeah. That's so funny. That's weird, dude.
Because I don't know. I'm more of a comedian's comedian, I guess.
Can you? Okay, so I'm staying over at like in Anna, which is like right beside McKinney.
Dude, he's way up there. He's
I'm
way
with,
the
dude.
fuck.
It's like I'm like, no, this is not good. We can talk about that later. But isn't that I heard there's a dry city. Like
McKinney?
Yeah.
I have no idea. They
might not.
They can serve alcohol at restaurants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they definitely serve
bar,
drinks
yeah.
like when you're at places. And there's a comedy club there, like he was talking about.
It's in the downtown McKinney area.
That won't fucking book him.
Yeah.
By the way,
until a comic.
I asked
comics. I go, how do you host, feature, headline, the Comedy Arena? And someone's like, well, the headliners get to choose the host and feature. I'm like, okay, cool. And then it became a catch-22 because I don't know who's headlining there until it's posted on the website and I see the feature and the host. So I'm like,
what the fuck?
So I just have to ask all the comics I know that can headline, be like, hey, can you consider me the next time you headline there?
Yeah, interesting.
Because this club just says, sorry, no booking no booking opportunities available. And I've gotten that from Comedy Arena, Plano House of Comedy, and Dallas Comedy Club.
Fuck.
And I'm like, okay.
Weird, dude.
Mm.
That's weird. Do you have any other dates?
Dr. Jekyll's, Friday, July 22nd.
July 22nd. So it is, real time, folks.
Which is cooler now because they have a performance area. They had they got so they had this cooler in the back. It used to be a growler bar. You could buy beer brewing equipment, but now it's just a place where they serve DFW made beers, and people come just sit and talk about beer or whatever.
That's cool.
But they actually have a performance space on the side, so comics can actually come up from the back. Like they got a curtain, and they got like a stage and seating and all that. So they spruced it up a little bit.
Oh yeah, dude.
So.
That's fucking cool. Well, yeah, there we go. So to bounce back, the bounce back to my date. So there you go. August 19th, I'll be at Dr. Jekyll's.
And I wrote it down.
In Pantego, Texas. And then before that, I'll be the first Saturday in August 6th, I'll be at MacGyver's Bar, I think, unless that date got changed too. I'll find out later tonight in Burleson, Texas. So, yeah, man, those are dates that are coming up. But yeah, dude, otherwise, thanks for coming out.
Yeah.
You know,
I like it.
it's a fucking cool little circumstance here. He came out, you got into town yesterday.
Yeah, I got into town yesterday.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
How do I feel? I feel like I stepped off of the airplane straight into a sweaty vagina. Like, it is so hot and muggy here.
Dude, yeah, for sure. For sure. But you're originally from
Kansas.
Yeah. It's similar, right? Is it similar?
Yeah, it's similar, but like, at least like there it has a redeeming quality of having people I know.
Yeah, for sure. But the weather's pretty like similar.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much the same.
I'll tell you right now, dude, like, because last summer was my first summer here. This summer is hotter. It got hotter faster this year than last year, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. But yeah, man, otherwise, dude, it's fucking, like I said, dude, I was on the road last, I did like a couple of days, like at Shreveport, like this barbecue restaurant. And then I did, this, bar show at Peckerheads in Austin on 6th Street. And, the Shreveport show, shout out to, this dude. He was a really cool guy. I got his name on purpose so I could fucking say something because I know he usually listens. Shout out Ryan Hope. Cool guy.
Hope.
Ryan, the Hopester. He's
Master.
He's I think the owner, if not like the general manager. I think he's the owner though of the Port City Barbecue where we had it. Normally he cares, like he puts a lot of effort into it. He tries to put on like once a month like comedy show. He promotes it on Facebook and stuff. I think just what happened is last week it was the Roe v. Wade shit kicked in. So you're saying like a lot of people went and protested, you know? So but it was cool, man. Like he still paid us. Like he was like, sorry guys, like this is off, you know, it was me and Casey Coleman and it was cool. You know, we like, there was like 12 people there. They didn't really give a shit. You know what I mean? They were just kind of fucking sitting there. You know, so we just went through our sets, you know what I mean? And the thing that was crazy to me though, is like, by the time Casey had gone up, especially after he was like a few minutes into his set, to my knowledge, dude, everybody in there had already like paid their tab and they were just kind of sitting there. But they're like blankly just staring. It's like one of those sets, and like,
oh, we can't leave now.
Yeah, well, I guess
they'll know.
Or it's like, dude, we understand you guys don't really give a shit about this comedy show. Like, why don't you guys just leave? You know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking in my head. Like, why don't you guys just go? Just fucking go. You know, because you don't care. And like at one point, he did the whole thing. He's trying to check in, trying to get them. You know, at some point, like, you know, at least for a few minutes, and be like, "Fucking, are you guys good? Are you good?" And then finally, some guy was like, "Yeah, we're good."
Yeah, bro,
like,
we're good.
At that point, bro, Jesus.
It's like a sarcastic hostage situation where they know there's no real consequences, but fuck it.
my
We're
God.
gonna stay
sounds
here.
like how fights start, where it's like, you good, bro? Yeah, I'm fucking good.
Yeah, I'm fucking good.
I'm fucking good.
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
We'll show you what Shreveport's all about. Bring it on, bitch.
The only kind of saving grace at the end of the day that he had was there was a dude that came in that you could call him like in a normal show, like if it was a good crowd and stuff that was like paying attention and dialed in, he would have been like a heckler or annoying, but he was actually a fucking savior in this case because it was so dead in the fucking room.
Yeah.
This dude walked in to pick up like a takeout order and he was like probably on meth or crazy or both. And like he came in, he was like, yeah, comedy, yeah, what's going on, guys? You know, so he'd like chime in with everything Casey was saying, and he'd be like, "Yeah, woo, yeah." So Casey got to fuck with him for a while. So at least that was like a saving grace. Like some people were kind of chuckling at him fucking with this weird dude, and then the guy sat down like after because he was like, "Oh shit, there's comedy. I'm gonna sit down. I'm here for the fun." You know what I mean?
Pulling out his food. And
I
I guess to go. Now it's a stay.
Yeah, dude.
I wonder how many times
Dinner and a show. Oh.
Yeah,
meth has saved the party like that.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, right?
Meth just saved the party.
Apparently we were in a meth neighborhood too. That's what he was saying. He's like, "Oh, you can get it all around here." That's what he's saying.
Okay, I'm curious about the.
So we're not speculating about the meth thing.
Yeah.
No, this is-
No, that's a given, bro.
that was factual.
That's 98%.
There's a barbecue restaurant.
There's a barbecue place.
And the place where you're performing at, like, was it conducive to like comedy?
You know
or
what, dude?
music
The guy put a lot of,
performances?
surprisingly, the guy put a lot of effort into it, man. It's really cool. That's why I said shout out to him. Cool guy. I liked him. So like what you do is like, it's a barbecue restaurant that's like in, like there's a gas station and then like right next to it is the barbecue restaurant, right? So like it shares the lot with a barbecue with the gas station, right? So then when you come in, he's got like a little stage set up, and he's got pretty nice sound system, like nice PA, nice mic. So he's like, he's putting something on. Like he definitely tries. He definitely cares. You know what I mean? It's not like it's like some weird like microphone at floor level in the back. Like he definitely tries to make it like a stage. You know what I mean?
Something I've been, and this comes from many of my own failures, but learning what to do and what not to do. And I always try to get this out there for any comics that want to produce a show, and just trying to find what easy little checklist. One, make it inside if you can. It's rare you can do a comedy show outside that works, because it's just, you have so many things going against you. Inside, and some people are like, oh no, let's do it outside. No, cavernous, sparsely populated sports bars. Those are some of the worst, because it's like you could have 10 people come out, but it's a sports bar that fits hundreds or something like that.
Yeah.
And you're performing to 10 people who probably don't give a shit, and there's just tons of negative space behind them, and maybe you got some people like 20 yards away at the bar who may or may not be paying attention to you, and then there's like 6 pool tables. I want to tell some comics, I go, just because a place will allow you to do a comedy show doesn't mean you should. Because hey, if you can get a crazy amount of money, then fuck it. Let's all go through the ringer and eat a dick for money. Whatever. We might entertain some people along the way accidentally. Yeah. But like the reason I like Dr. Jekyll's, there's no liquor, which is good. I mean, liquor's fine, but the place is very low key. It's good for performances. They have bands there, trivia night, all that shit. There's not a TV in the place. They serve local beers. It's a place for you to congregate, zone out on your phone or talk to someone. There's not a TV, which really helps. There's minimal distractions. And I did a show there, and this woman I know, she's a manager of a sports bar in Arlington. She's like, hey, I heard you do a show at Dr. Jekyll's. I'm like, yeah. And I was about to be like, yeah, you can come out anytime. But she was like, what would you think about doing a show here? And they have like a stage for karaoke and maybe like a small band. And I was like, yeah, and before we even talked about money, just so I didn't even want to get that far in the conversation. I'm like, would you be able to turn off like all these like 20 TVs? Like, it's a sports bar. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, exactly. Yeah. So I'm like, if she came back with like, I don't know, we'll pay you $500 or something crazy like that, which they won't. Then I'd be like, okay, can we turn off the one TV next to the stage?
Yeah.
Can we turn off the TV that's directly behind my head?
That helps.
That's the only one
that helps so much.
We could just get that one.
Just the little things that you can do to like sometimes like comedy being done in giant places, which I'm like places that are bigger than a comedy club.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get, you're going to get a fraction of a comedy club audience. Right. And I've made these mistakes in the past, but also I did a show at a sports bar. I say quote unquote sports bar in Carrollton. And it was, you walk up and it was packed full of people. That's a bad sign. Because it's like you walk up there, like the front patio, it wasn't a big sports bar. It was a really small sports bar with like 4 TVs. So I'm like, all right, sports bar, debatable. But I walk up and the patio's packed, the inside's packed. And I'm like, oh, this doesn't bode well. Because I think it's just a packed sports bar generally. And I walk in and I'm kind of like, where's the comedy gonna go? Like, there's no stage. It's like, it's almost like twice, the inside was like twice the size of this room. It's just a packed small sports bar. And I'm like, I don't see a stage. And I kind of went and saw like a speaker I'm like, oh, we're just wedged in the front. Oh, so, I did it for $30, 10-minute set for $30. I'm just like, whatever. And then I got the fuck out of there. But I did the comedy to like the first like 4 people in front of us who were kind of trapped like hostages. And then one guy at the bar was actually really into my set. So I'm like, all right, this set's for you, dude. And but it's like, why do that show? Why have a terrible night?
Yeah.
Just because money is part. I also don't know how they charge people, because there's people in the patio going in to use the bathroom, which I had to like angle my body, sideways to get 2 people to go to the bathroom. That's how packed this place was. But it did not make for a good show at all. Even though they had the size thing, good. The place isn't too big, but everything else was awful. There's tons of people. It's loud as fuck. I'm surprised they shut off the music.
That's what I was just gonna be getting ready to say. It was like going to places like that to do comedy. It's like going into a nightclub and shutting off the music. Like they're just pissed off. They're just pissed off they have to listen to you talk.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Oh, and I'm like, why? And I love a place where the owners are all about it. That helps.
That does help.
It's just the comic that should know better. And hopefully, I get it. Some places just don't have live comedy and they're like really far out of the way. And I get it. You gotta work with what you do. Which, barbecue restaurant in Shreveport. All right, there might be another better place to do comedy out there, but I get it.
Yeah.
DFW, of all the different options we have out here, you don't need to do some shitty, tiny, cramped sports bar that nobody cares about, or a giant cavernous sports bar.
Yeah, the giant cavern. Like, okay, I could see, because if you have those two options, like you got to pick one. I would definitely choose the tiny, cramped, because at least you have a way better chance trying to make that work than a gigantic place.
Will hear what you say.
Yeah, like instead of like a gigantic place, you know what I mean? It's like supposed to seat like 1,000 people, and you got like fucking 12 people. 6 of which are the fucking comedian's significant others that don't give a shit what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's fucking not
that
good.
one guy that happens to bring like the whole crowd and you're like, oh, cool. Am I going up before them?
I'm going before him, right?
Yeah.
I know, like, you go up to the headliner and be like, hey, just make them the headliner.
Yeah.
So they'll stay.
Hey, dude, congratulations. You got
Yeah, you
promoted.
got bumped.
You got promoted, bro.
Oh, they've been doing it a year? Okay, don't do too well. Be funny, be really funny at points, but then purposely bomb your closer just so they look better, like
Purposely, WWF style.
yeah,
Like
just,
fucking,
yeah.
Oh, I don't know what happened. Crazy
Don't
set,
break
bro.
kayfabe. Just
I forgot my shit. I forgot it, dude. Yeah, man. So that was cool, and then Austin was cool. It was a good crowd. Like that Peckerheads bar is cool. Shout out to Leo. He books that every week. It's Saturdays. But yeah, it's that was cool. So then I hung out. I went and hung out at the creek in the cave after, and that was cool. So that was a lot of fun. But yeah, then I came back, dude. I just got so fucking busy, dude. I didn't have time to record an episode. I didn't book anybody. I didn't have anybody come in. Like, and I realized, like, fuck, I didn't have a guest. And like, I also don't have time to record. So I was just like, fuck it. I had to go through this week, which I rarely miss episodes. So that was a fucking, that was a big deal. But it is what it is, dude.
a lash on your back for that one.
Yeah, fucking super lashes, dude.
She's got unfollowed. Not on the top 10 anymore, Pete.
Yeah, dude. So anyway, yeah, man. So it was cool. But I guess we might as well just fucking go ahead and do things that piss me off.
Things that piss me off.
For me, dude, and I was already talking, so Tyler already knows my shit. But this dude texted me right this last week.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing this.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
This
This dude shot me a text, right? And look, I'm not a big fan of this guy already. You know what I mean? Kind of annoys me, which is why I didn't respond to him right away. Like I was busy. I was in the middle of doing like 2 or 3 other things. And he shot me a text, like asking me a question if I could help him out with something. And then I got busy, like I said, right? So it's like, oh, God, I don't have time to fucking answer this. So I just kind of pushed it to the back of my mind, right? 2 hours later, he sends a fucking upward finger pointing emoji after that message. Like, hey,
Yeah.
the digital version of like, hey, buddy, I just sent you a text. What's up? Can I get an answer? And I was like, oh, fuck no, dude. Because I was telling Tyler about it. And he's like, well, give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's a busy guy.
I got a way longer backstory. And I was like, come on, maybe give him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
And then he goes finger point. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
fuck.
Yeah. I told him finger point. He totally changed.
Bro.
Totally changed his opinion.
Might as well have been a middle finger pointing up. And
Bro,
I enjoyed the middle finger.
Yeah, right.
Like, that's-
dude, yeah. I should have fucking responded with that. You know what I'm saying?
one over, buddy.
Yeah, dude. So I haven't, and I'm waiting because like me, like when something like pisses me off, when somebody generally like pisses me off, especially if I want to be confrontational, like or if I need to be or whatever the fuck you want to say, like if I need to call somebody on their shit, I'm a face-to-face guy. You know what I mean? Or at the very least, if that's impossible, I'm a phone conversation guy.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
you're
I don't
tall,
like.
so you can dominate.
It's not even about that.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's not your intention.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
what you've had. It's your advantage. Your
Yeah, I
natural
guess so.
advantage.
I guess so.
6'3", I kind of get it.
But even if I was like fucking 5'4", like I'd still my personality. I want to say something face to face, dude, because that's just like how I came up. Like that's like, dude, if you got something to say to somebody, say it face to face. And like I don't like tough guy texts or anything like that. You know what I mean? So like I was like, dude, I really want to fucking. So whenever I'm gonna tell this dude, like, don't fucking text me like that, dude. Don't send text messages like that. You know what I mean? It's because it's just, dude, I don't send that. I don't send texts like that to anybody. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, you need to tell that guy, don't ever send that to anybody.
Yeah, like that's a bad form, dude. Like, because everybody I've told that happened, everybody I've told that story to that happened to me, everybody is like, what the fuck, dude? You know what I mean? So that was my fucking thing. But yeah, either one of you guys can go first. I don't care which one.
I am slightly guilty of similar things like that, but
You're the
it
guy.
is
You're the
not.
guy.
It's
He's
no.
the guy.
Not in like I'm having a text with one person kind of a thing. I would never do that. If I have like a show, and what I'm going through now with my headlining show at the Improv, which is the most important like comedy show I've ever done.
What day is that, by the way, Brian?
Wednesday, July 13th.
Okay, Wednesday, July 13th. Okay.
Starts at
Wednesday,
7:30.
July 13th.
Yes.
2022.
I've had some people be like, "Oh, I can't be on a weekend." I go, "If it was on a weekend, I wouldn't have to run into you at a bar while I'm doing my job. I would probably be a household name, so I wouldn't need to go through all this shit."
Yeah.
So I've done that. First of all, 2 people I've invited to comedy shows in the past. Maybe it's just like the little triangle without the bottom, just kind of like, "Hey, remember that thing I sent you?" Like inviting them to a comedy show. And they reply back, yay, nay, or whatever. Not in like a conveying information back and forth, like, "Hey, fucker, did you see that?" I've done that in the guise of texting people about trying to get them to come to a show. You know, right now, so at the Improv show, what I've done, it isn't very important to me. So I put out like some information of like, "Hey, if you like, hey," and I put their name in there. It's kind of a template message, but I put their name. "Hey, if you can make it, I'm doing this show. It's very important to me. I probably work more at that club if I get a good turnout, blah, 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 blah." And then I send the flyer. And so I've sent that to a lot of people. And with my job, I'll go around to bars and see people I know. I ran into one guy last night, and that's one part about my job I like. I'm like, okay, cool. I can kind of see these people that I've invited to shows who like who may have seen me before or who I think they would enjoy. Like, I'm not going to invite people that I don't think would have a good time. Or I know my demo. Like, as this guy, like he likes punk rock, and I'm like, yeah, cool. And I'm like, so I see him at a bar last night. I'm like, "Hey, dude, did you see that message I sent about my show?" He's like, "Yeah." The message is an invitation. So when I bring up the message, which is an invitation, and he's just like, "Yeah," I'm like, so you read it?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, literally, kind of like I'm like, that was an invitation to like the show.
Like, care to fucking elaborate?
And he literally is just staring at me with the most blank fucking stare. And, and I'm like, so, and he's like, I don't, and I love kind of accidentally cornering people in real life because they don't know how to, so they can't just say no thanks because I don't know like what I'm going to punch them in the face or something, which I'm like, no, never done that. I respect people that are like, "No, I can't." I'm just like, all right, cool. You know, that's it.
Right. They're giving you a fucking answer.
And I'm just like, so he's like, he goes, "I don't go out." I'm just like, "Well, you're here at this bar now, so you do." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm waiting for this shit." Cause I'm just like, no, try another one, try another excuse. Like, and then I've done that with like other people. I'm like, "Did you see that message?" "Yeah." "And do you want to come?" Is a personal invitation to get you to come to this thing. Like, I don't ever send like, a paragraph of information to a show. I might send you a flyer because I'm going to try to get you a show that's near where you live. I'm like, but this is the Addison Improv. I'm pulling out all the stops. So I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. I've had 2 guys. They're in a national touring band. They opened up for 311 over the spring. They tour all over the country.
What band is it?
Unlikely Candidates. They're out of Fort Worth.
Those guys.
You know?
No.
Okay.
What's the band name?
I said unlikely candidate.
That's fucking.
Shut up.
I thought you were like preempting, like again. That'd be so. If somebody thought that, like, look, unlikely candidates. Okay, they're open for 311. You'd think that.
No,
anyway, I got you.
these pieces of shit. I like the guy. So the singer and one of the guitar players have told me, hey, we want to come see you. So this is not me just saying, come to my show.
Yeah, I got you.
When they're in town, I will inform them of a show, and I'm trying to, I had a show at Hyenas Fort Worth, but before I even told them about it, they're in a touring band. I looked, I go, no, they're on tour. No point in inviting that show. Cool. I sent the Addison Improv one flyer to them, just like a quick phrase. I'm like, hey, I got a guest list. Also, that's important. I'm like, hey, I got a guest list. I can save you some money. Blah blah blah. Both of them said, oh yeah, Addison's a little far, and I'm like, you've spent how much time in a van touring across the country? You've toured, you've crossed oceans to play music for people.
Yeah. I like how you got. I like how you got fucking. You overcome these objections. I love this, dude.
Yeah, no,
you got fucking sales follow up, dude.
Yeah,
I love it.
I've been working in marketing for a long time.
I love it, dude. I love it. No, I like.
And when
it
it comes to marketing me, that's when I give a shit, and it's personal and it's emotional.
That's fucking great.
And I will be
so
as
look, you travel
vindictive as
overseas. You
fucking
travel
possible.
across the country, and you're telling me that Addison is too far.
Well, actually, with their whole Addison's too far, I have no response to that because I'm like. So I tell other people this just in case, just to hammer home the point of how, like, I don't know, I feel like I'm being treated like a piece of shit a lot by people I thought supported. Also, when people say they support you and it's just like, but you can't ever come to a show, it's just like,
what the fuck does that mean, bro?
How?
Yeah.
Okay, you
How do you
support me
support
by, I've never seen you share like a post. That's one click. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. You don't actively picket my shows. I do. So maybe that's a form of support that you like. What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Maybe it just means like I don't talk shit on you. On your back.
I don't actively hate
I don't
you.
wish you
Well, thanks for the
failure.
support. Oh, yeah. I don't pray to a deity of some kind for your failure.
For your fucking demise, dude.
Like, okay, well, that's not,
like, thank you, I guess.
yeah.
Appreciate
not
that.
Wishing for my demise.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just trying to get you to come to one fucking show. These are people like, it's pulling teeth to get them to come to one show. And these are, I got some dudes that, they come to like plenty of shows and they're like, sorry, I can't make this home. I go, dude, stop apologizing. You're awesome. You come to shows I don't even invite you to. You're awesome. Don't apologize.
Yeah.
But then some people literally pulling teeth or Addison's too far. And I'm just like, motherfucker, you just got flown to France to do a show, which they literally did. But Addison's too, I'm like, also, the concept of carpooling is lost on a lot of people. Like this one girl who is 0 for 2 on shows she said she was coming to.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, you want to make good? Maybe if you have a conscience, maybe this will help. Wednesday, July 13th, Addison Improv. And she's like, oh, my car doesn't have any AC. I'm like, hey, there's some people from this bar that are going. You can carpool. I don't like riding in cars with other people. Like,
she said that?
Yes. And it's just, I'm like, oh,
That's strong. That's
I don't like, right? So, but
I have heard
hey,
every fucking possible
but
excuse.
good fucking rebuttal to that objection, dude. Oh yeah, so let me see your phone. Do you have the Uber app installed? Do you have the Lyft app installed? You don't like riding in cars with other people? You ever taken that before?
I'd like to go to that. I just go straight to the carpool thing because it's like, I got people
I got weak on my own rebuttal. I fucking stumbled. I went, you ever taken that before? I fucked up, dude.
So it was you fumbled because you were passionate.
Yeah. You were taking that before? I like had a mini stroke, dude. You know what's really funny on the note of that, really quick. So like, there's not the is that that's your thing that pissed you off, right? I don't want to cut you off on that.
Oh yeah, just the blank faces, the people that need to be. I have to accidentally run into them to remind them about something they can't reply to. That I've never said a show's important to me before. Until this show. Yeah. But they still can't be like, let me see, my work schedule sucks. Or
They're not
something
trying.
Like that.
They're not
yeah,
trying.
absolutely try it. And
Yeah, I got you. So he knows this dude. So this is really funny. So like on the note of like saying something, making a point, and then fucking yourself over and fucking it up. This dude, right? So we used to work together, right? So like the dude that ran this business we work at, like he had daughters and I had never seen them before. So I was like, I wonder, we were smoking a cigarette outside, right? We were all smoking together. And I was like, no, I wonder, are either of them hot? Like I was just asking like a general question, right? Are they hot? And then, so I didn't know this dude was like really close friends with one of the boss's daughters. So he tries to give me this like fucking like little bro kind of talk, like a fucking, let me tell you how this works as we're walking inside. And he's like, hey, just to let you know, man, like I'm really good friends with his daughters, and you know, they're really cool people, and I dated one for a while, and she's a really nice person, you know, really good personality, or blah, 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 whatever the fuck. And then he's like, fucking, so let's not talk about his daughters, okay, Scott? And I'm like, my name's not Scott. And he was like, oh, fuck. So he fucked up his whole fucking little...
Killed the whole thing.
He fucking pulled off his little pedestal,
All
bro.
he needed was just not to assume he knew your name.
Yeah. It was just so fucking funny, dude, because it was like he was trying to make this big point and being all dramatic, and I was getting ready to fucking be like, fuck you, until he was like fucking Scott, and I was like, you just lost all credibility, you
Just
fucking
let the
piece of
air
shit.
out of his...
Oh, that was so
all
good.
the hot air out of
yeah,
his
like trying to make
fucking
this big
balloon.
point. If he'd not said a name at all, like he would have had the upper hand in the conversation.
Would have been like,
yeah, but he fucked up so bad. So his credibility just went out the window. This is the same dude. I'm actually trying to create a bit about this right now on stage. This is the same dude that fucking one time, again, coming back from a smoke break, the three of us were coming up in the elevator, going back to work. And he fucking goes, you see, guys, I went to business school. Therefore, I know. Check this out. It gets worse.
Oh yeah, no, this isn't even.
That's a shitty way. Like that's
I would have started laughing right then.
yeah. Like that's a douchey way to start a fucking sentence.
Can I do the other half?
Yeah.
Can I?
You mean the thing that I said? Yeah.
The thing, or was it Will or
My
you?
response? No, there's no Will.
Okay.
I don't think Will was there.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, there's no.
No, I want to be you.
Okay.
I wanna be
So
you.
he goes. See, guys, I went to business school. Therefore, I know I can't sell something for less than it costs.
because you had to go to business school to figure that out.
Yeah. I was like, you had to go to business school to figure that out. Yeah, dude. So.
Mom's calling. No. That's just what's happened.
No, I got.
I'm not answering.
Okay, you don't want to.
Like, what's funny about that is like I'm actually I know like my wife's gonna text me, so like I'm
Actually,
like
you know
poking
what?
them like.
Mom. Oh, I think I caught her at the edge. She, but quote unquote dials me, which I don't know how she does. She has an iPhone. How do you accidentally call people with an iPhone or a smartphone? You have to press specific buttons. I don't know how.
If they're in your history, if they're
but she's not trying to call. Like she'll call me, and I'll hear her like driving in the car talking to my stepdad. I'm sitting there going, "Mom." I'm like, oh, fuck it, just hang up.
My mother-in-law used to do that to me all the time.
Yeah.
So like I don't know what causes it, but like there's
a
thing.
How about when you're texting, talking shit about somebody, but you accidentally send that text to that person? Because they're on your mind, so you hit their name and then you hit send.
God.
Dude, that's only happened to me like once. But that's the fucking worst.
That's rough.
That's when you wish, like, bro, I will pay any money for an unsend button on this goddamn text message, dude. Like, it's too bad it's not like a DM that you can unsend because, dude.
They should make that though. They should make
really
like a premium service.
They started doing it for Gmail. Like if after a certain, like in a certain amount of initial time when you send an email, you can unsend it.
But you got to pay. I'm saying make them pay.
Oh yeah,
Be
yeah,
like
yeah.
You want to untext it?
That's
bro.
a good idea. They should do that because they would make
$29.
Apple,
You can
Droid. They would
reverse
make Google. They would make a shitload of money doing
Oh,
that.
so much.
Like think about everybody's got a fucking smartphone in a fucking rich in a first world country. So like, dude, that's so many people.
Everybody has sent something at least once in their life that they have immediately regretted. And
Yeah.
wish that I can't think of.
That's
any
not
off the
even
top of my
sending.
head.
This is the wrong person though. This is like fucking like I hate Brian, so I text and I fucking text. I think
Like,
I'm
man,
texting
fuck
you, but I
Brian,
hit Brian
dumb
because
piece
he's
of
on my
shit.
mind. So then I'm like, dude, I fucking can't stand Brian. And I send it to
He fucking
Brian.
invited me to a comedy show. That asshole.
Can you believe I'm not fucking coming to this guy's because I fucking send it to him and I mean to send it to you? It's like, fuck, dude, I'm sorry. Like, what do you? That's the shitty thing is all you can do is just go, I'm sorry. Like, because you can't. Or I guess you could play it off as like, like if they're like,
No,
are
not
you
you-
serious? Like,
not just a quick
Not you,
LOL
though.
at the end.
Your shit gets so personal when you're being mean that you wouldn't be able. It's not something that you'd be able to piss back. You'd be like, yeah.
yeah, dude, yeah. It's like anyway. What was your thing, Tyler?
I don't know. You guys had such great things.
What pissed you off?
What pissed me off?
I had a shitty, if it makes you feel any better, 2 episodes ago, I had a shitty little fucking pansy fucking ridiculous one. Basically, I thought it was going to be really good, and then I got 2 minutes into describing it, and pretty much what it boiled down to is that I was pissed off that a guy wasn't listening to me. So I was like, he wasn't listening, you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't listening to my words, and I was talking to him, you know?
That's great.
So, yeah, and we all made fun of me, including me.
Yeah,
Accidentally become your own therapist. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck. That's what that was about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, mine's not very funny, but it was pretty irritating. So, you know, like in LA, you can't let out fireworks like at all. Like
Cannot light off fireworks.
yeah, like
They regulate it.
Yeah. And like, there's no place close enough to just like jump over and get fireworks.
Oh,
so like it takes some planning if you're going to have fireworks, and I am not a planner. So, but coming out here, I was like, fuck yeah. Like I got my kids, we're going to light off fireworks and, you know, like the good stuff. You guys got the bottle rockets and the artillery shells, all this shit. And I get to Anna, Texas, and they have a city ordinance that, like, you can't light off fireworks. And I'm like, are you
God damn it.
kidding me?
There's
You
probably
think-
an adjacent city somewhere you can.
Because you think like
Yeah, but,
Texas,
I
I
don't
can do
know
whatever the fuck I
anybody
want.
here.
Yeah.
Like, you know, what am I going to like drive to the next city over, just like park in front of somebody's house and start lighting off fireworks? Like,
I think there are some that kind of like you buy them there, and if you want, they have like a place you can shoot them off. I mean, it's not going to be as like magical as at a beach or something.
That's the
but
most awesome and redneck thing I've ever heard. Like, buy here, shoot here. Really?
why not?
That's fucking great, dude.
It's just a fucking.
I mean, it's just rocks and sand, man. Ain't nothing gonna catch
It's
fire.
a fucking
Except maybe you.
Albertsons
I don't know.
parking lot.
Pave
Like,
the way.
Dude.
10 feet from the tent.
Yeah. Dude. So that was the thing.
Yeah, that was one thing.
No, I got you. That's okay.
I mean,
cool.
I'm at. There was another one, but okay.
This is the real one.
Okay, and we've talked about this. You and I are the same way. I don't like making small talk with people, like cashiers and stuff. Not like because I have any like I treat everyone equally. I'm in business mode. I want to get in. I
It's
want to
because
get
I know
out.
I'm better than them. It's not that,
Yeah, it's
you know.
mostly because I'm better. Like, have you seen my shoes? They're red. So no, but like, so there's this Sonic, and first off, I go to I'm trying to get some fucking vodka, but the liquor stores close at 9 where I'm at. So I was no dice on that.
This is where you're staying right now?
I think
Yeah.
that's all
You're staying-
DFW.
You're
Like,
staying, dude.
I
You're,
think they had. I think
Yeah,
it might be a Texas thing.
I don't know, bro.
Close at
In
9.
my opinion, you're
just
staying in the
so dumb.
least Texas town.
Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. But like, so I can't.
They're also closed on Sundays. Liquor
Yeah, I
stores,
grew
so
up with
heads
that.
up.
But at
Okay.
least in Kansas, the liquor stores are open until 11,
Fuck
like
yeah.
9 o'clock.
Yeah, that's
So I
bullshit.
go to so we don't have Sonic where I live either. And I'm like, well, at least
Very few.
I'll get the Sonic.
Very few.
And so you know, I get chili Frito pie, you know, because I'm a piece of shit.
It's great.
But the lady comes out and she's like, so how's your night been? And I'm like, and I don't want to do this. I'm just like, it's like this is why I call you. This is why I call you every time I go through the Chick-fil-A drive-through. Just so I have a fucking excuse to not talk to people.
Yeah.
No, I literally.
This is why he talks to
I
me.
literally
yeah. Then
call
he's like,
him
I gotta
every
go.
time I go to Chick-fil-A. So it's like, oh, nah.
Because it's a fucking human being
they're
now
fine,
taking your
yeah.
order like outside.
So he's
No,
at Sonic.
they're always just like, so how's your day been? You going on any fun vacations this summer?
Yeah, dude. Dude, fucking the Chick-fil-A here over by my house, dude, it's so, they don't do that because they're so fucking fast. They don't fucking make small talk with you. Like, they're just so quick.
Is there still a human being outside?
There's 50 teenagers out there with headsets and shit. And they're
is
just
so,
like fucking,
like-
hey, move along. I get out of that fucking line so quickly, I can't fucking believe it sometimes. So anyway, Tyler's getting this Frito pie at Sonic. And then the chick is like, so how's your day been? He's like, so you know in LA, fireworks, you can't buy them a lot, right? He starts telling his previous
I
thing.
should have been like, yeah.
Oh no! Give them
pretty,
way more than they bargained for.
Yeah, pretty
then
shitty.
Then no
but-
regret.
But no, like what she asked if I was going on any fun vacations this summer. I'm like, dude, well, okay. I don't know what it's like out here, but like somebody who orders a chili Frito pie at 11 o'clock on a Saturday night is probably not like person you want to talk to. like I think I'm like the only exception to the rule of like not being on drugs. Like you don't order a chili Frito pie. Come on. That's like
Fuck
going to
that
Jack
shit.
in the Box and ordering tacos. Like, you're for sure high.
Yeah.
You're like for sure high.
I love that Jack in the Box literally had a commercial a couple of years ago of like a stoner.
Oh, I remember
driving
that.
in the drive-thru. It was just like, oh, get this, and then like apparently, but maybe not the best marketing. The guy hallucinates a tiny Jack on his dashboard, and he's just like, why not 50? Like
I don't
tacos,
remember that
why
one.
not 50? And he's just like, that's a good idea. I'm just like, that guy might not just be stoned.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I mean, the way that they even design their menus, like the coloring, the lighting, like it's pretty obvious that Jack in the Box and Taco Bell, like their clientele is fucking after 10 p.m. stoners.
Oh, yeah. It's like, if you smoke weed, come here. Like, we've made...
I was in a line for 20 minutes at a Taco Bell with like 3 people in the cars ahead of me. And I was just like, okay, I got to rethink things.
Yeah.
I just wanted 2 things because I ate like a banana and like a salad thing for dinner. So I'm like, fuck, I know I'm going to get hungry around 11, but I'll be out working. I'll
Fourth
grab
meal.
something.
Fourth meal.
Get that fourth meal.
It's fucking
Like,
America,
shit.
bro.
And then I pull up, and then I literally got 2 things: a $1 thing and a $2 thing. Probably highly ordered item. And I pull up, and it's just like, "What'd you order now?" I'm like, "Oh, god damn it!" Every time that happens, I reach a crossroads. I'm just like, I get it. They pay you for shit, but also, can you kind of do the job you get shit paid for? Because there's a part of me that's just doesn't want to go there.
Yeah.
Where I'm like,
I like Crux's opinion on drive-up food.
What's
you know what I'm
that?
talking about?
What's that?
So like,
What's my opinion?
no, it's
Please tell me.
literally like you need to just.
I'm blanking on my own opinion.
You need to just lower your expectations. Like you went through a drive-through at 11 o'clock at night. Like you just be happy. That
Did I
they
say
gave
this?
You food.
Did I say this?
No, like
I
if it's
generally
like
am.
vaguely, as long as it's like
I'm
vaguely
a big fan
close.
of my thing. I like that.
Oh, no, you said it's like
I'm glad I said that.
it's like this is a bunch of like high 16-year-olds. Like
Yeah.
like
Like,
we
well,
just
that's the
need
thing.
to be happy that
It
they
is true.
made food.
It is true because
and
like
gave it to you.
when I go to a
I
drive,
know, I didn't have to go there. I was just like,
when I
20
go to a
minutes.
Taco Bell late at night, it's always 3 stoned or drunk people and then me. You know what I mean? Because I'm fucking sober, right? So I'm like, just like, I'm just here. Like I'm actually making a conscious decision to be here.
I have no good excuse.
Yeah. I have no excuses.
Yeah, you're a complete piece of garbage.
Yeah.
And this is the direct thing making you garbage.
Yeah, like that's it, dude. I also like the Taco Bell overbuy here because yes, I go there at least a couple times a week. Like, dude, so like they have a thing where, and I haven't really seen this before. They have like the guy talking to people and taking the orders. That's not the same dude as in the window. Normally it's the guy in the window that's multitasking,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
This has a separate thing. So this dude was like, like fucking like super upbeat, like, hey, what's going on, man? Yeah, no problem. I got you here. That'll be $2.44 with the window, whatever the fuck, And $2.44. I wish it was that cheap. It was fucking like 10, whatever the
You
fuck.
get one thing. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I go all out, dude. I get, when I go to Taco Bell, I'm like, how much food can I eat till I just fucking can't even stand anymore? And then that's what I do. So I get to the window. It's a fucking dude that looks like he's about to go home and just shoot himself in the fucking head, dude. Like this kid looks so depressed.
He's just the guy who doesn't even talk. He just puts his hand out for
Basically,
the money.
he was like, dude, and he was like, I'll be 10.44. You know what I mean? And I was like, you're not the guy taking the orders, are you? And he was like, no, it's a different guy. Like hating
He's in a
life.
call center.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
I'm
dude.
surprised
It's outsourced.
fast food restaurants haven't figured out that.
I swear I heard something once where McDonald's tried that to outsource
Yeah.
that, so that way they'd have like good customer service in the drive up and stuff like that. But they probably like
The customers
outsourced
need to
it to the
pretend
Philippines so
that the
nobody can
person they're
understand
talking to is actually a happy employee inside the building they're buying food from. So let's outsource this to
Yeah.
a guy in an air-conditioned building, not surrounded by food, sitting in a chair
Yeah.
and a headset.
No, totally. I've told Tyler this before, dude, but one of the best fucking customer service experiences I've ever had in a restaurant, period, was a Taco Bell drive-thru a few years ago, dude. This guy was phenomenal. It was in Santa Monica, right? I'm going through a drive-thru, 10, 11 at night, whatever, expecting the usual guy that's like, you know what I mean? Like, fucking, that's it.
Order.
And just, what? And you're like, number 5. So like, and he was just like, welcome to Taco Bell, like pretty attentive, like, welcome to Taco Bell. I'm going to take your order. And I was like, hey, do you guys still have the whatever? And then he was, I sure wish we did, but here's some follow-up suggestions since we don't have that on the menu. I suggest a B, C. And I'm like, holy fuck, who is this guy, right? So I order all my stuff, make my decisions. I come around. He takes my debit card, looks at the name, and he's like, thank you so much, mister, for something, like says my last name and stuff. And I'm like, this guy fucking work at Disneyland? Like, what the fuck? Like, dude, this is crazy, dude. And then he just such a great attitude. I never do this, but I fucking went home and I filled out the survey. And then I called, like, because I just wanted to, I was just like so blown away by this guy. Because I like fucking 11 o'clock at night, Taco Bell drive-thru. So you don't expect it, right? So, dude, I call and the general manager, and like, I was like, can I get to the general manager? Because I've been in fucking customer service. I've been in sales for so long, dude. Like, I understand the value of like when you have praise for people, when you help people out, give them positive feedback. It helps their job out. Sometimes they get bonuses. It can go a long way with promotions. So I always try to help. When I'm the guy that like
takes the gun out of their mouth.
Takes the gun out of their mouth. Like, I'm the guy that tries to give positive feedback. I'm not the guy that'll fucking leave a 1-star review when I get mad. I'm the guy that'll leave a 5-star review when I have a great experience, because I know that's rare, right? And I try to be positive. I try to put positive vibes out there, right? So, I call the general manager and I'm like, hey, like, you know, whatever the guy's, this was so many years ago, whatever his name was, right? And I say, this guy was fucking great, you know? And the general manager goes, yeah, we get a lot of calls about him.
Yeah.
Was he kind of bummed?
Like he was afraid he was going to take his job or something.
Outshined?
Yeah, I think that's how it was.
No, I honestly,
that guy's had his sights set on my parking spot.
Yeah.
I just think that guy like knew what he signed up for as a manager, and then we like just bottom feeder stoner teenager kids, and then he's got this kid.
He's like a rock star.
Just like it's like I don't want to take calls from people talking about how good people are. Like I just want to balance the cash register and go home.
The guy that gave you such good service, was he like an assistant manager or something? Like,
to my knowledge,
either way, he seems like a rising Taco Bell star.
Rising star in the Taco Bell world, dude. Phenomenal. Like
this
guy
you're gonna see on LinkedIn in 10 years, and he's like, now I have my own Taco Bell.
He's
franchise.
the guy when that one guy like fucked up that Uber driver that works for Taco Bell corporate. You should put that guy should have taken his job. You ever heard about that? Oh yeah, this dude like in Orange County, like he was drunk catching an Uber home or whatever, and he got into he said something confrontational to the driver, and the driver was like, "Sorry, dude, I'm ending the." And he had a little dash cam, you know, protect himself.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And he was like, "Sorry, I'm ending the ride. Like you're swearing at me. Like goodbye, sir. Like have a good night." And the guy fucking before he got out of the car, he starts choking out the fucking Uber driver from the back seat and shit, and punching him in the side of the head. You don't remember this? It was like 3-4 years ago. It was on camera. So
great.
he fucking filed a police report, called the cops, showed him the footage. Turns out this guy works for Taco Bell corporate. He was pretty high up. So Taco Bell fired him immediately. You know what I mean? And he was like, I'm sorry. And I was drunk. It's like, nah, fuck you, bro. You're a shithead.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
There's no fucking excuse for that.
I wouldn't.
I've been hammered before, bro. You've been hammered. We've all been hammered.
Yeah.
I've never gone like, oh, I'm mildly inconvenienced. I'm going to go ahead and start wailing on a guy from the back seat. I've never fucking done that.
From the complete, someone at a complete disadvantage. I'm going to choke off their oxygen supply and then bash their temple.
It's like you said though, like that doesn't go through your head unless you're a piece of shit when you're sober too.
Yeah, like the guy's just a piece of shit. Obviously,
pieces of shit when they're drunk. I absolutely 100% all the time. Like, well, you're a piece of shit sober. You're just slightly more restrained.
It's just an enhancement.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say it's like
you have your sober guard up, and now you're just like, all right, time to be a fucking asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and also the guy was being a dick. Probably, I don't know what the context is, but
he was being a
dick. Yeah. That's what got him kicked out.
Yeah, he was being an asshole. He was swearing. He was making demands about shit. I think I can't remember if he was being a backseat driver or not, but he was definitely being rude. I watched the footage, you know, and then the guy's like, "Sorry, like I'm done. Like bye." You know, and it's just like, dude, that's fucking horrible. I'm so glad those guys have cameras to protect themselves because, dude, working at night, especially on a weekend as an Uber driver, you're basically signing up to deal with the fucking dregs of society, dude. Yeah, you're signing up to deal with the lowest fucking common denominator. You know what I mean? But yeah, like, what the fuck were we talking about? We went to Taco Bell. We did the thing that pissed you off. And then did you finish the thing that pissed you off or did I cut you off? I can't fucking remember.
We're already off it. So
I can't fucking remember.
Just keep the train going,
dude, I'm just trying to remember, dude. You know how it is.
Keep the train going.
What's the worst fucking job that you've had?
I didn't sell them. I got to preface it. I didn't sell them, but I worked for a timeshare company. So it was called Silverleaf. They've been bought out by a different timeshare company now. But I was like at the lowest point in my life. I'd fucked up this nice little, oil guy job that my uncle was helping me out with. I was just too young for I was like, I'm on my own. I'm making good money. Let's just fuck it all up. So my buddy used to work for this timeshare company. It was like 5 minutes from my place. So basically you get signed up, say you're at you could be anywhere. You could be at a baseball game, Ranger game, and they have hey, spin this wheel. You can win a prize. Also, you got to sign up to go to a timeshare presentation at this place at this time, and you'll get your prize there. And fuckers are dumb enough to do it to where, and I did it because it was like, ooh, $10 an hour. And this is like 2006. So I was like, yay. And so I worked at the front where people came in and they were open Wednesday through Sunday. And they came in for their quote unquote appointment. There were no fucking appointments. Hey, if you're first, hey, and then we got this fucking conveyor belt of salesmen that will come, take you, do your thing. They're done. Next person. So the first wave of people got their appointment.
Yeah.
But if these guys are taking, if they think, they got a fucking fish on the line, and then the other guy comes in, they try to really pitch hard. Oh, your appointment's going to be a little late. Yeah. And so I had to deal with these people that are essentially were lied to about this appointment.
Yeah.
And then, so you have the administrative side, the salesman side, and at the end of their sales pitch, they go back to the gifting department, which at one point it was a lateral move. I had an office and I got the people to give them their gifts, and it could be whatever is on the paper. Sometimes they actually did get baseball tickets. Sometimes it was tickets to water park, Six Flags, whatever. They scratch off for money. And it got to a point, there's a couple of us back there, and my supervisor, Marcia, she was very nice and sweet. But it got to a point where I was being told to lie to people. To where I'm like, I don't want to do that. And I was venting and yelling, not like about it, not at Marcia, but about it to her. And she completely understood. She'd been there. She's a supervisor. And I didn't know, but in the next room were her boss and then her boss's boss or something. So they heard me yelling about how I didn't like being told to lie to people, these customers, I guess, or guests. Maybe. Yeah. And then so they made the decision to be like, all right, Brian's fired. And this is the only job I've ever been fired from, which oddly enough for having morals.
I guess
and then, so the next day I come in, because I was the first person in the gifting department. I come in and work about 4 hours, and then they bring me in the back and fire me. Just because,
I had to have that shift covered.
Yeah, do that, and then Andy will come in, and then Marshall will come in, and then we can fire Brian. But I was just kind of like, well, all right. But that was the worst job I ever had because motherfuckers were just they're like, just give me my fucking shit and we get out of here. I'm like, yeah, here you go, man. I did figure out the sequence. We get people a scratch off for a chance to like win $500. And I don't know exactly how, but I looked at all the scratch offs I had in my desk, and I wish I remembered more, but I figured out what the winning one was going to be. And so I set it aside to someone who I thought was like, if someone's like really nice to me or something, I'm like, you know what? I think they deserve it. I'm like, here you go. And I could see them scratch. And I did it, but the guy was like, "Oh, cool." I'm like, and they did give him $500 cash and took a picture, like, yay. And I was just like, cool. I think I could have picked someone better, like someone with the kids there or something.
Yeah, someone
should have held on to it.
Holy fuck! He's like, good.
But the sequence of numbers, it was a very simple scratch off, but somehow I figured out this is the winner. This is going to be it might be $100 or $500, but yeah.
You got a foot itch?
Yeah, I got a foot itch.
Fuck yeah.
Loved. It was so good. Felt so good.
Dude, the fucking worst job I had was I've had so many fucking shitty.
Before years. Because
Yeah.
So I feel bad. I feel bad for timeshare people, but I feel extra bad for people who go to the car dealership and scratch the thing off and win the free vacation. That is actually just a pitch for the timeshare. So you're like, dude, it's like three disappointments after that. You're like, well, at least I got the vacation.
Yeah. At least the Vegas one, you know what you're getting into because it's like quick. Because it's like you want free tickets to the show, then you got to go to the timeshare presentation.
Oh, yeah.
It's all
we
like
also
same
gave
day.
out cruise vacations. Like, yeah, it's free. You
Right.
just have to pay the tax.
Yeah.
But, and I made sure to tell people, like, you got to pay a tax on this, but it actually is like free. So you figure it out.
Yeah, dude. I think
with it what you will.
I've had so many fucking shitty jobs, but like I can't even count. Like, but one thing that like resonates in my mind at least is so like I worked a bunch of restaurant jobs when I was really young. That was kind of like my first fucking entrance into the workplace. Like my first job.
I think it is
like my first job ever. I don't know because I can't. Dude, I've forgotten because I've had kids and I have such bad dad brain. I've forgotten all the cool things that he remembers that I said. I forgot them, but. So first thing I did was like I was like a bag boy. I was like a bagger at a grocery store. That was my first job, right? And it was like whatever. But like then pretty much every job after that was like sub shop, restaurants, etc. Just know this is the thing that popped in my head actually earlier today that I was thinking about. I was like a host in a restaurant, right? And I was on so many fucking drugs. Like, you know what I mean? I was fucked up. Dude, this fucking like, you know, and I didn't have the best attitude in the world. You know what I mean? This manager, this chick, I think her name was like Maria or some shit like that. She fucking waits till I'm on break. This is a shitty thing. I wouldn't do this to somebody. Like now, like I've been a manager after this and I would never do this to somebody. She comes over while I'm eating like my free meal when I'm on break and goes like, just to let you know, you're getting written up later today. And also, the general manager wants to speak with you about your conduct on the job, but enjoy your meal. And walks away. I'm like, you fucking bitch.
Wow.
How am I supposed to sit here and enjoy my meal? You just implied I'm going to lose my job and that I'm fucking getting written up. Like, you fucking whore.
Did you get fired?
You know what I mean? No, I didn't get
Well, he's getting
fired.
written up. Why would you write someone up if you're going to fire him?
Yeah.
That's
Just
a good
fire
one.
him.
That's not what I thought it was going to be, though.
Why you have to fill out more paperwork?
The smiling thief was the one I thought you were going to.
Oh, dude.
That's a good story. That's
I
not
used to-
necessarily a bad job.
Yeah, because that
story.
was actually
That one's
that was actually a
hilarious.
pretty cool job. It was actually pretty fun. 'Cause I was part-time as well. I was in college. I did room service in a hotel. Right?
Okay.
So I'd have to not only bring up meals, but I'd have to get drinks from the bar when people ordered them, right? So I'd have to bring them up, bring them to rooms. Dude, one
Bring
time,
alcoholic drinks to people in hotel rooms.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and regular meals. So there was like a brunch. It was during the day, broad daylight, busy hotel, fucking full shift, people there, the sun's out. Like my point is, it's not like it's late at night when no one's working, right? Graveyard shift. This is like middle of the fucking day, broad daylight, like full staff, packed restaurant in the hotel, right? So I go behind the bar. I'm like grabbing some supplies or some silverware or whatever the fuck. There's a dude. This is good. I'm glad you remember this. There's a dude that's crouched down next to the bartender and stuff, going through stuff. But you know how like hotels, they have maintenance people coming in and out all the time. Like they got people working on the lights. They got people working on the fucking computers. They got people working on everything. So it wasn't uncommon to see somebody back behind the bar doing something, right? And there's so much staff, you don't know what's going on. So I'm there, I'm getting shit. I look down. The guy's there going through stuff like underneath the bar. But he's so confident, right? There's like no way. Like this guy must be doing something back there, like trying to get to the wiring or fix the TV or something, you know? He looks right up at me and he's just like, how's it going? You know? And I'm just like, hey, you know what I mean? And then I fucking grab my shit and I don't think anything about it.
Yeah.
I take the order, I go upstairs, boom, boom, boom. An hour or so later, fucking bartender, where's my laptop? Where's my purse? Dude, this dude was straight up confidently jacking shit.
Yeah, he cleaned him out.
Jacking shit.
Cleaned
And they
him
look
out.
at security. We all went back to like, there's no way he possibly could. We look on the camera. Sure enough, takes the shit, walks out from behind the bar, walks out of the hotel, all on camera. And he's just like, didn't give a fuck.
No, you walk around with the laptop at a hotel. Nobody cares.
The balls on that guy. The
Yeah.
balls on that guy, dude. Just fucking,
Wow.
hey, how's it going? As he's stealing
as he's
shit.
stealing.
Yeah.
Wow.
As he's stealing shit, dude. Insane. Strong thief. Strong
Yeah,
fucking
right.
thief. I mean,
dude.
I would not
He
have the
earned
balls
that.
to do that.
He
Yeah,
earned that
Jesus.
stuff.
Dude. I'm glad you remember. That's a good story, dude. That was fucking crazy.
That was a good one.
Fucking crazy. What's the worst job you had?
It's gonna have okay. So there's two, and one of them is like not really that funny or cool, even though you'd think it would be. And then the one, so I had two jobs back to back, and they were both like two jobs at the same time when I was in college for like one summer for 1 month. And I was the night shift manager of a hotel that was reasonably close to an army base. And then I typed leases in a leasing office for an apartment complex. So
You typed them out from scratch?
oh, dude, we'll get there. On a typewriter.
Oh, wow.
Was that
But
the
anyway-
pitch for the apartment? Oh, we type our leases fresh in house.
From hand.
Fresh baked
No.
leases.
So like so like this was like a miserably depressing situation because I would work from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. and then I would get like a 3-hour. I basically had to split my sleep into into two sections in order to like get sleep because I'd work from like 1 to 5 and from 11 to 6. So I'd do like 3 hours of sleep, then wake up, do the other job, go back to sleep for 3 hours. So like the night shift hotel thing it was miserable, but it was incredibly boring and uneventful. I was just watch movies. I think I watched like Meet Joe Black like fucking 100 times.
Fucking Meet
Don't
Joe
ask me
Black.
why. I don't know why. I think maybe that was like
Bong,
the only decent movie. You remember when Netflix like first came out and like the good movies, they didn't put any of the good movies online. You had to like
the physical,
they had to mail you the DVD.
Oh, we still get the DVDs in the mail.
So like that
My
still
girlfriend
exists.
does. Yeah, they still have that. Yeah.
It's still a service they offer. Yeah.
You can actually get the movies you want that way.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, they still offer it.
But yeah. So I think that's probably why I watched Meet Joe Black, because it was like the only good movie that you could actually watch on there.
Not to be confused with the adult film MEAT Joe Black, Meet Joe Black.
Yeah, no, not Meet
Joe Blacked.
Exactly.
Or Joe Black's Meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one. That's what it would be.
Or Joe's Meat
no,
Blacked.
but it's not. It's Black Joe's Meat.
Fuck.
Okay.
And then they wanted to just be very blunt and just fucking, they threw out all the little puns all together and they just went, Joe gets fucked by a bunch of black guys. That was the fucking, that was the name of it.
Joe having anal sex with black men without
.com.
.com.
Like I'm not buying this. This is very uncreative title. Where's the pun? That's half the fun.
But no, the thing that was actually the big nightmare was working in this leasing office, and I had to type on a typewriter, and it wasn't like the entire lease agreement, but I had to fill in all the stuff into the blank sections with a typewriter, and like you know, I'm not that fucking old. Like I grew up on a computer where if you like make a mistake, you just press delete. Like,
yeah, to be clear, this is when there are computers and laptops ready for use. This isn't like this is in the 80s.
2007 when you already had the technology to be able to like have a PDF and type it into that and print it.
Like this is the equivalent of today of someone, can you send this text for me? And they hand you a flip phone. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Oh,
it's like,
dude,
this is
that's
old.
way
Why are you using this?
Yeah. No, I see you. Like,
Yeah.
so you have to do the numbers thing. You have to press
Yeah, 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 2 2 2 2
Alphanumeric.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. So, and then like these chicks, because this is like Kansas 2007. The leasing office, you could smoke in it. So it was like
That's strong.
So there's these two old fucking ladies just sitting in the back, like making me type leases, smoking Virginia Slims. And there's like no music. And this is the apartment complex that like all the walls are cinder block, like painted cinder block.
Dude, I just love the
drywall.
mental image of you like in a dress shirt, just smoking with a typewriter, stressed out, like, God damn it, I got this deadline.
Exactly. Because I just go back there and just smoke their Virginia Slims, just like, fuck this, like, fuck life.
Smoking Virginia Slim.
Oh, yeah, dude. Just be sitting there, like, because they're all, you know, like old, complaining about their life. I'm like, yeah, life's hard.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Dude, that's fucking great. Got this fucking deadline. It's like Stephen King, but it's like shitty writing that you're doing. Because Lisa's.
And I'm like quadruple checking it. Like, I had to like henpeck it, not because I didn't know how to type, but like you can't make a mistake with a typewriter.
And finding the right placement. Oh, it's just.
Well, and they would be such bitches to me too when I would like typo something, because they would like, I'd type them and I don't give a shit. I'm 20. just like bam, 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 bam. Next. And then they bring like literally all of them back and be like, and in their defense, like it is like a legal document. You can't like,
Yeah, no, it is a lease.
Yeah.
Can't you
They'd be
write
like-
it in with pen?
Yeah, I know, right? Like, but they would bring them back and just all like I'm a piece of shit. Just like, Spencer has one S, Tyler. I was just like, what the? But yeah, that's it.
That's
There's
fucking
just,
great.
like-
No, I never even knew this about you. I've known this guy
yeah.
for a long fucking time. I
Yeah,
never even knew
did
this
that-
story.
I did that
That's
for like
fucking
a month.
great.
And they were, oh, dude, you want to talk about like catty bitches? Like when I quit, because like, come on, like who was gonna stay there?
Yeah, dude, smoking Virginia Slims, fucking typing up leases.
Oh yeah, they were like, what was funny is like
Picture the same time
when I
this morning.
started.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking to
Yeah.
myself.
I don't even know what they did. They just sat back there and watched soap operas. They did. They sat back there and watched
Oh,
soap operas,
God.
smoking fucking Virginia Slims. Well, I'm out front typing leases, And like,
overhearing, be like, what's Madison up to these days?
Yeah.
oh God. And these bitches,
Took over the family farm.
Their favorite thing to do was write fines for people letting pets in. And they would like, dude, and these bitches were crazy. They would be watching out the window, and like, let's say your friend comes over and like has their dog. It'd be like the second it crossed the threshold, they're like writing it down.
Dude.
They're like, yeah, we're gonna
Fuck
get
that, dude.
So like, I had to work there alone on Saturdays. I had to handle all that shit too. They're like, oh, I'm like, dude, it is fucked up, but I don't know. Like when I first started, they were like, we're so glad you're here. Like we've been having trouble like keeping people.
I wonder
was
why.
like, exactly.
I love.
Like I lasted 3 weeks, and when I quit, I was like, okay, I'm giving my 2 weeks notice. I got like a full-time job, not 4 hours.
They're like, Tyler, what is it? We'll give you more Virginia Slims. What's what can we do to keep you here?
Virginia
Bump from
Slims
both
and
of our
Diet
packs.
Coke. What's wrong?
What can we do to keep you here? Come on.
No, they just went. Just leave.
Do you want a higher quality ink ribbon?
Yeah. No, they didn't try. They were just like, you just go.
Gee.
Wow.
Oh no, it was
Wow.
rough. Like they did. Oh, fuck! I forgot about this part. This is the best part. So like, one of them, their son was in prison, and like that was part of like my orientation. Part of my orientation was like, if you get a call from the jail, like you have to take it. Like that's actually somebody's son. Like that's part of like when they call, that's for
Somebody.
Stacey,
Somebody's not in this room, but that's somebody's son.
Oh no, they were like,
well,
they didn't
obviously
give
it's
there was
somebody's
no
son.
shame. It was like it's Lizette's son, okay, and he calls around 2 on Wednesdays. Just put it through. They just take it out of her paycheck
Wow.
because they're collect calls.
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah, I got you.
yeah,
I
they're
get it.
collect calls. They're like accept the call.
Accept the charges.
Like jeez,
Dude.
that was the caliber of people I was working with there.
That's fucking crazy, dude. Well, okay, we're over time, boys, but yeah, this has been fucking awesome. Brian, thanks for coming by, dude. Go see him at the fucking Addison Improv, people. A headline show.
Don't
God
make me message you
damn it.
about it.
I won't be there, but I want you to be there.
I haven't got a.
So Pete didn't
message.
reply to the text either.
I got a message during this saying, unfortunately,
wouldn't
I've
that
got to
be-
work that night.
I'm
But this is
sorry.
the guy I had to I literally sent any interest and pointed above.
Hey, but just to be clear on the pointing thing, so that's the thing. There's nothing wrong with going like, hey, see, you sent it just any interest following up. Or if you go like, hey, just following up on this, like something like that.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
It's okay to follow up with people if you haven't heard from them or if you got something urgent.
I love I actually wrote this out in words. This guy in a band, we went to church camp together or something like that.
Did you just say you went to church camp with him?
Back in like junior high. This guy's name is Ranger, though. It's like having your fucking name Ranger. Anyways.
You went to church camp with a guy named Ranger?
Well, with many other people, not just me and him together. Anyways, he's the drummer of a friend's band.
That everybody
way
was
to
just you and him.
So here's the message: when people just react, like a thumbs up react or a heart react to your message, I'm like, what is that? What they mean by I support you? You know?
yeah, I guess so. Right?
So he did
Hey,
that.
bro, I send you emojis.
And I know this guy can handle this joke. And I was just like, I typed out, I go, so does the heart reaction mean you're coming or a couple question marks? And he sent out, man. But then he sent out a picture of old Captain America saying, no, I don't think I will. And I was like, finally, a direct answer.
Finally, dude.
I go, well, almost partial credit. I did have to bug him about it.
Oh, wow.
And he's just like, oh, I don't have time to jam anymore. I'm just like, well, that's your fucking fault. I didn't say that part.
I don't have time
but
to
it is.
Ranger from church camp doesn't have time to jam anymore.
That's fucked. He's changed.
Yeah, he's changed.
Dude, he's a good-looking guy, muscles, tattoos, and I get it. You know.
Okay,
Wife, kid,
okay, if it wasn't weird before, it's just that he's an attractive guy.
My brain, when I need to describe something or
Went to church
someone,
camp.
I'm getting to the point where I need to stop giving all the details. And then I need to work on give out the most relevant details instead of Ranger from church camp. When the most relevant thing is Ranger, who's in the drummer of my buddy's band. Like that would be easier, but I'm like, oh, well, funny thing, I saw him in my friend's band. I'm like, dude, we went to like church camp in junior high. We went to different high school or junior highs.
Yeah.
So that was. Again, but that information's just in my brain. Nobody fucking cares. I don't even care, but it's there and my mouths can't stop.
Going back to the fucking year, like when you quit, think about like the ad they had to post on Craigslist. Like fucking must be willing to type on a typewriter and type leases. Must be willing to collect calls from convicts and must like Virginia Slims.
Exactly.
No other
Must
brands.
be willing to do all the work while the managers watch soap operas and smoke Virginia Slims. But
all right, guys. Well, that's it. We're out of time, but thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll be back next week. Crux, yeah, motherfuckers.
Crux.
Yeah. Let me hear you say Crux, yeah. Crux, yeah.